We are back with another episode of the Big Game Podcast. I am Chris Hunter. I got my man Daniel Horton with me, man. What's good with you today, man?
What's up? What's up, Chris?
Doing good, man. Doing good, man. I see you got your Saints shirt on, man. You in that mood already for some football, man? It's basketball season.
Hey, we rep all year round, man. I went home this weekend. I was back in New Orleans this weekend. You know what I mean? We had a great family trip down there. Got to see all my fellow Who Dat Nation family members and welcome the new addition to the family. So it was a great weekend.
Love it, man. Hey, but we in full almost March Madness season, man. I don't need to see no football going on. What's going on, man?
Year round, baby, year round.
I don't want to think about my Bears right now, man. Hopefully we can get it going this year. I don't even want to think about them until it's time. It's basketball season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, listen, man, let's get into it, man. The Wolverines had a great victory against them dudes down the road, down south, man. They beat the Buckeyes 86-83 down in Columbus, man, to still sit in first place atop of the Big Ten, man. It was a really, really great game. It's always going to be a great atmosphere in a rivalry game. It's hard for me to say that, rivalry. One of those rivalry games, it is hard to say and pronounce three times fast, but a great game by our Wolverines, man. What were your just initial thoughts right now looking at that game?
Man, another great hard-fought win, right? I think we played well in stretches like we've been doing over the last few weeks, and we made enough plays, and they executed really well on a number of possessions late in the game to get out of there with a win. I think we've seen some reports of some people just you throwing the word genius out there with regards to Dusty's adjustments.
Yeah,
but I think it wasn't genius wouldn't be the word I use, but persistent, aggressive. Like I would use those words for sure because they pretty much ran the same action or the same set for the last 6 or 7 minutes of the game with a couple of wrinkles thrown in there.
Yep, right? A couple counters, a couple different wrinkles. Yep.
Yep, they really threw Ohio State off their game, right? Created some open looks and some really easy buckets, especially for that late in the game, right? You expect to see the other team's best defense. You expect to see their best effort. At Michigan, a couple times they were able to get just clean, easy looks right at the rim. And they kind of it deflated their team and it deflated the arena as well. We were able to get out of there with a win. So great performance all around, man. I think they put themselves in a great position to be able to finish strong and win the regular season championship. I know Wisconsin has a bit easier schedule. We'll get into that. I don't know how they go through a whole conference schedule and only play us, Michigan State, Ohio State, and Purdue once each, right?
Yeah, it's that good new Big Ten, man. You get that unbalanced schedule, and you get the preserved rivalries, and you get the 1-play, 2-play, who you playing at home and away, and it's gonna be like that moving forward in the Big Ten. When you look at some of these schedules, and you be like, dang, they only played someone X one time at home, and that's it.
Right.
So I mean It's going to be like that, man. So, but before we get into this film, man, on Ohio State, let's get into our post-game recap a little bit further on how our Wolverines beat the Ohio State guys down there in Columbus. I mean, first and foremost, what we've been doing very, very, very well throughout the season is points in the paint and dominating the paint with Area 51, our 2 7-footers, man. We outscored those guys 46-34 in the paint, and coming into the game, you look at it with our height, size, and skill level. You knew that Ohio State would have an issue because they got some big fellas, but they don't have the size that Michigan has. And we really did a good job of punishing those guys in the paint, outscoring them and out rebounding them as well in the paint. And then for us, I thought our bench production was really, really good.
Yep.
It boils down. Everybody was looking to this game for how Roddy Gale would react, how would he perform going back home after what they say would be a treasonous act and coming from Ohio State to Michigan. But I thought he really played well and made impactful plays on both sides of the ball, especially down the stretch. And during our film breakdown, we'll show a few of those plays down the stretch. But I thought our bench was clutch in a lot of ways. I think Roddy came in and had a stretch of great play. I think Kaysen came in and had a run there where he was really, really playing well. Will Cheddar, made big plays and big threes off the bench early in the game to keep us in the game and keep us with that lead. So it was a great bench production for our guys. And then unsung heroes in the team effort. Like I said, I think it was an all-around team effort. Everybody had an imprint on this game from top to bottom. All 8 or 9 guys who played. Vlad, Danny, those guys get a lot of that love. But, Namari had stretches. Trey Donaldson in the second half had stretches where he really, really made an impact on the game. So, I mean, that's been an MO for Michigan all year, is just being a team that is deep and everybody really makes an impact on winning.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get into this film, man, as we kind of show you guys exactly what the Wolverines were able to do to be able to take down the Buckeyes down there.
Yeah, now for sure. I think you hit the nail on the head during your recap, and we kind of caused some of this leading into these games, right? A lot of this stuff that they're doing, we kind of lay out for you beforehand, and like you said, getting Danny Wolf in the post or the mid post is something I think the Wolverines will go to a lot. The second half of the season, they've done that. And here you start off 0-0, right? Just get a little cross screen by Trey, get him right to the block, right? Now, Ohio State chose a double, the post from the top side, right? We saw Purdue choose the base double. We've seen a couple other teams choose the base double versus Michigan, where the double team guys coming from the baseline, right? But Coach Diebler thought it was better to double team right through from the passer's vision, right? He's coming. Danny can see this guy coming the whole way. One thing about double team, you never want a double team where the ball handler can see the double team coming. And Danny sees a double team coming, kicks it out, right? He comes again. Vlad, he didn't really seal him, but he's a 7-footer, right?
He's a big body. He's going to win that battle. Throw it up so the big fella can get it. Danny is seeing over the defense with Thornton on him, a smaller player. And good catch and good finish, man. And this is what they've been doing. That synergy for them together in the post passing and finishing with each other has been excellent all year. And, tough, poor defense by Ohio State on that possession for sure.
Yeah, the double just is way too obvious, right? Great pass, great catch, great finish. Right? Ohio State choose to extend their defense a little bit, right? And I think one thing we did a great job when we weren't punishing them in the paint, those guys, Namari, Ruben, those guys did a great job. Cheddar made one. They made timely threes, right? We didn't make a bunch of threes, but we made timely threes. And Namari's been great at that over the last couple of weeks, right? So they jump into extend their defense a little bit into the post, right back out. Just like don't, when we talk about wanting to win, right? It's one thing between playing hard and giving effort, right? Like don't tell me you want to win, show me you want to win. Like that's just poor defense. Big time shot by Namar. Great find, big time shot. Right now, size cleared out. We got it. 3 guys spaced on this side. 4 or 5 ball screen. Danny rejects it. Vlad did a great job this game finding the open area, right? Whether Danny, we'll see later, Danny penetrated baseline, he slid to the open area. He did a great job of either following his man as he doubled or finding the open area in the pick and roll situations. Great pass. Should have been an and one.
Should have been an and one. Great touch, man. This is a shot that all big fellas and everybody as a basketball player needs to have. That little short 8 to 9 foot push, flip shot over the defense has been a weapon for him. And his touch, especially throughout the Big Ten season, conference season, has been impressive and impeccable down in the paint. And that's just another great look, great find by Danny in reading that and Vlad getting to that open area.
Yeah. All right. Extending the defense again. I don't know what this guy right here in the middle is doing. Staring at the ball, not really guarding, just guarding space, right? I think at
He
this
going
point,
there, and you see my man up top pointing like, "Hey, man, you got to get matched up now."
Yeah, they've crossed half court. They've broken the press. You got to get Matt, and really it wasn't. It's just token pressure to make Michigan waste time in the backcourt, right? So slow getting there. Namari, good range. Knocks it down.
Over there stomping his feet on the sideline as that shot is going up. But great play, great find. Way to handle that pressure by Michigan. And you see it like, come on.
Yeah, he's up here waving his hands at first. Yeah. Right. That's against pressure again. We get it up the floor quickly. Right. He can see the double. It may seem advantageous, right? Because he's on the baseline. It's in kind of a broken play situation. But it's just a random double team that your team is not prepared to rotate properly and cover their zones properly off a double team. Vlad's running down the middle of the floor. Somebody get in my poster. Right.
That's a heck of a wraparound left-handed pass by Danny. I like that. That just shows his skill level. But like you said, you get a bad matchup with Thornton on Danny Wolf in the post. You got to run a random double team at him, and he makes a heck of a pass down the middle with the left. And this is what you should do: hammer it home with the big fella.
Great pass, great finish. Like they're really connected right now, right? The 4-5 pick and roll is back working again. They're finding each other in broken play situations. The Area 51 is in full effect right now.
Yep.
The side ball screen action. Tough catch by Cheddar. Oh, he probably could have dropped it off, but he chooses to shoot the floater. Gets it blocked. Great timing by Vlad right here, right? Once again, just making himself available at the front of the rim. Hey, that's a hell of a play right there.
Yeah, that's impressive. Catch that off the bounce, awkward bounce off the rim, and be able to finish that in one stride, one look. Heck of a play, and that's what you should do, man. Punish these dudes in the paint when you have that type of size and skill advantage that Michigan has over Ohio State.
Yeah, bludgeoning them in the paint, timely 3-point shooting, right? Again, nothing fancy, right? I'm just gonna take a hammer and bust you over the head with it, right? Too little.
And that's great patience by Righty Gale to just take his time, not dribble, out of control. Take your time, post up. He's putting on that high side, drop step pivot, and put it in.
Like I said, same theme of just bludgeoning them in the paint. Danny's able to work the 4-5 pick and roll to a low angle. Drive, like I said, Vlad doing a great job of making himself available. Little flick finish over the front. All right, Trey getting downhill. Four or 5 pick and roll. Danny does a great job turning the corners. Nice finish with the left hand.
Yeah, he's really doing a great job of keeping his dribble and attacking downhill, man, with great strength. And that's been a key thing that I think has improved, as he's grown into this new role of a perimeter big who can handle. He's doing a great job now of keeping his feet, staying balanced, and finishing downhill with some strength.
Yeah. Right here, guys has a point guard on him again. He's gonna bully his way to the basket. Get out the way, little man.
Put it in.
Nice finish. All right. Trey downhill. Right. Great find by Roddy. Great post feed.
Great find. Great post feed. Way to finish. And the play starts with Trey's mentality, trying to get 2 feet in the paint. Sets that whole play off, but by his attacking nature in this, man. Get 2 feet. Yeah. Now the defense collapse. They're scrambling a little bit. And that's a great find, great seal. Finish over the top by Vlad.
Hits his hand, right? They say throw it to the big man's hand, right to it. Hey, nice.
Good pass by Righty Gale, man. He played a solid game this game.
We saw this play, the same inbounds play a little earlier that led to the feed to Vlad. This time he just goes ahead and puts a little man in the push puts him in the rim. Great finish. Another down. Another 2 more points in the paint. Just getting downhill on the 4-5 pick and roll. Right now, late game, 6 minutes, 7 minutes left. Finds Cheddar. Boom.
In the pocket, land on balance. Shot ready, Namari Burnett in the corner with a tray. You gotta love that. No dip on that jump shot either. You see, he ain't dipping.
4-5.
And this is again after you got a couple layups, and now he's feeling that. That's a tough shot. You know, one-handed over a defender off the glass with touch. And this is again Danny just being active, man. This is what you should do as a 7-foot guy on the glass, active. And now he's really feeling it in the fall away. Dirk, 1 foot fade away.
Yeah,
falling for him.
I think this is their kind of their. As you can see, it's a lot of high 4-5 pick and roll in the middle floor. Michigan went to that a lot the last 6 or 7 minutes of the game. You know, they kind of bludgeoned Ohio State to death, just getting downhill and making reads off the high 4-5 pick and roll.
Iverson action, great call. ATO after timeout to have a wrinkle to their normal kind of Iverson action and get a wide open bucket. You know, calling Roddy Gale's number a little bit for him to be able to put a little hurting on Ohio State coming back to his former school. I mean, that's a great call by Dusty and great execution by Michigan. And I think that's the theme of how this game ended, man. You got a lot of great execution, which led to some easy buckets. And it also led to Michigan being kind of in the right place at the right time and the ball falling in your way at the end. And that comes from great execution. And that was a great play, great call.
Throw the lob, big brother.
What? Throw the lob? No, that's a good safe pass, man. Get it in his hands and he finished. Get it in his hands and he finished. No lob.
He set his feet up. Look, he set his feet up. Throw the lob. Oh, he thought it was covered.
2 points is 2 points. Go get it.
Throw the lob, big fella. Let's style on it. Nah. Same action, right? Well, not the same action as the Iverson play, but the stagger play they run where it had the stagger strong side and weak side into the 4-5 ball screen, right? This is just on the first side stagger. Roddy just catching it, being aggressive, turning the corner.
Yep, catching and faking that handoff a little bit to Trey up top to get the defense to stop their feet, and then he's going with it. So faking that, get the defense to stop their feet a little bit.
This is
Vlad with a good brush screen right there on the stagger, and this is a good heady play, driving the lane, being on balance, right, with Roddy Gale landing on 2 feet and finishing.
Yeah, that's a great counter to the play we described they have been running, right? That was getting Danny into the mid 4-5 pick and roll. That was a great counter to that series of the actions and plays. So, right, 82-80 ball game again. Coming out of a 4-5 ball screen.
And let's stop that frame right there, man. And this is what makes it very, very hard to guard, man, these middle third pick and rolls, because that you got a shooter over there in the corner in the Marty, and you see John Mobley Jr. Probably should be a half a step over towards the lane line, but he doesn't want to leave that shooter. And Danny's ability to see over the defense and pass in this middle third is a tough action to guard. And when you have this type of spacing and shooting on the other side, that's what really makes this play effective. So you can keep it rolling. And just a great finish. You see, Mobley if he would have been on that lane line, he probably could have got a charge or be able to affect that play a little bit more. But he wasn't able to. Vlad missed the layup that he probably should have had. But this is another great, and we talked about Roddy Gale making plays down the stretch. This is a play that leads to a play, right? You got great execution, misses the layup, but this is Roddy Gale saving the possession with a tip out right there. Great play of giving us another extra possession and making that tip out play. So Roddy Gale making huge plays offensively and effort wise at the end of the game. Attacking the paint again, Vlad being a beast down there and putting us up. And this possession right here put us up 4 points, which was probably what kind of sealed the game for us, that play right there.
Yes, sir. Big Vlad kind of making his case for player of the year in the league right there if we go on to win it. So a great performance on the road by a number of guys, especially Area 51. Those guys dominated.
Yeah, they dominated, man. And it's, like I said, a total team effort. And Michigan keeps finding ways to win these close games. And in my opinion, when you have the type of veteran experience and leadership on this team, I think that bodes well for you to be able to win some of these close games. When you look at our roster, it's a lot of juniors and seniors, some fifth-year guys. So that bodes very, very well for guys to be able to execute down the stretch. So these guys are, and as a coach, that's what you want. You want some players on your team that you know when they are fifth-year, fourth-year seniors, they see that college mortality starting to creep up on them, and the end of the road is there. You know their level of focus, you know their level of their will at the end of these games is going to increase. So that's what you see from these guys. These guys are willing wins down the stretch by just being in the right place at the right time, executing, and playing harder than a lot of teams down the stretch. And if that continues, we'll be hanging a banner here shortly in Chrysler Arena.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And like I said, early in the year, I thought they would be at a certain level, and what would determine if they were better than that or worse than that was how many of these close games they won throughout the year. And they've won more than their fair share of. They've won the overwhelming majority of them here lately, pretty much all of them. So that's been a great testament to those guys' ability to come together and develop a level of chemistry to go with their experience, and also a great job by the coaching staff, right? It's more of a pro model where you bring in a bunch of new guys and you got to try to find chemistry and synergy and all things in a short period of time. And Dusty and his guys have been able to find that. So, like you said, they keep that going. They're able to continue to play tough and be physical and keep the turnovers down. They've shown that they have the ability offensively to score against anybody. So they'll give themselves a chance to like you said, win a big, hang a banner, and also, hang two banners, win the Big Ten tournament as well.
Yeah, that's always the goal, right? Being the Big Ten regular season championship, win the Big Ten tournament, and then ultimately the national championship is from that. Right. And these guys have been doing very, very well. So way to go down there and beat the Buckeyes. Again, way to plant our flag down there in their arena. And it's a great rivalry. You got to say that. Can you say that 3 times fast? Rivalry win, rivalry win, rivalry win, rivalry win by the Michigan Wolverines, man.